snow in the deserts of Arabia, a land that for centuries has been known for unbearable heat, endless dunes, and blazing sun, suddenly blanketed in white. People could hardly believe their eyes. In regions like Tabuk and Al-Juf, rare storms brought hail and even snowfall. Social media was flooded with shocking images and videos. Camels standing in snow, deserts covered in white carpets. For many, it was a sight they thought was impossible. This is Arabia, the land of scorching summers, where temperatures rise above 45 degrees Celsius, a land where rain itself is rare. And yet, in recent years, we have seen storms, floods, hail, and snow. Is this only the effect of climate change? Or could it be something far more significant? For locals, it was both beauty and fear. Beauty, because the desert transformed into something magical, like a winter wonderland. But fear, because deep inside, people wondered, why now? Why here? Is this a sign, perhaps a reminder, that the world is changing faster than we realize? Some say it is only a natural event. Others whisper that it could be a sign of the end times, a prophecy unfolding before our very eyes. The desert of Arabia, once burning hot, now frozen under the cold touch of snow. More than 400 years ago, the Prophet Muhammad spoke of a time when the deserts of Arabia would transform. He said, "The hour will not be established until the land of the Arabs returns to being meadows and rivers." For centuries, people wondered, how could this be? Arabia is one of the driest, hottest places on earth. The thought of rivers and meadows in this land sounded impossible. But now, when we see heavy rains flooding deserts, greenery sprouting after storms, and even snow falling in Saudi Arabia, that hadith feels closer than ever before. Imagine standing in Tabuk today, where rivers of water cut through the sand. Imagine the hills once dry, now covered in green. For a believer, it's not just weather. It feels like a sign. A reminder that the words spoken more than a millennium ago are unfolding right before our eyes. Scientists explain it as climate shifts, but believers see prophecy in motion. The deserts that were once lifeless are slowly changing, and every snowfall, every river of water, makes the hadith echo louder in our hearts. Is this the beginning of the transformation that was foretold? Is this the sign that the end is closer than we think? Scientists tell us this is climate change. Rising global temperatures have shifted weather patterns across the world. Storms are stronger, rainfall is heavier, and unusual weather is appearing in places no one expected. For them, snow in Arabia is only nature, not prophecy. But for believers, the question is different. If science explains the how, then who controls the why? If the desert blooms, is it only coincidence, or is it a reminder from the Creator? Every snowfall in Arabia shakes the hearts of those who remember the hadith. They wonder, how can a place so dry, a land so hot, suddenly host rivers, greenery, and snow? Could this be the beginning of something foretold long ago? Skeptics laugh, saying, it's only weather. Don't mix science with faith. But deep inside, every believer knows that nothing happens without purpose. If Arabia is changing, if the impossible is becoming possible, then perhaps it is not just a weather report, and perhaps it is a sign. So the question remains, when snow falls in the desert, will you only see science? Or will you see the shadow of prophecy? In recent years, Arabia has witnessed a transformation no one thought possible. Rivers flowing through valleys once bone dry. Hills covered with grass where once there was only dust. After heavy rains, deserts that seemed lifeless suddenly bloom with flowers and greenery. People living in Tabuk and Al-Juf have shared breathtaking images, camels grazing in meadows, sheep wandering across green fields, and water rushing down from the mountains. It looks like a different land, as if Arabia itself is waking up from 1,000 years of drought. For believers, this is more than beauty. It is a reminder. The desert, once barren, is now alive again. Could this be the very sign the prophet spoke of? The day when the land of the Arabs would return to meadows and rivers? Scientists may call it unusual weather, but to those who see with faith, it feels like history is unfolding before our eyes, as if the earth itself is whispering, the end is closer than you think. For many, snow in Arabia and rivers in the desert are beautiful wonders. But for others, it brings fear. Fear that these are not just random events, but signs of something greater. In every believer's heart, the hadith echoes, the hour will not be established until the land of the Arabs returns to being meadows and rivers. And when they see these changes happening, their hearts tremble. Could this be the beginning of the end? People in Arabia say it feels strange. The land they knew as dry and hot suddenly feels different, almost unfamiliar. It makes them wonder, If such impossible changes can happen, what else is waiting for us? The fear is not only about the end of times. It is also a reminder of how fragile we are, how powerless we stand before nature and the will of the Creator. Snow in the desert is beautiful, but behind the beauty lies a question that shakes the soul. Are we ready for what comes next? Around the world, the debate grows louder. Some say snow in Arabia is nothing but climate change, a natural cycle that has happened before and will happen again. To them, it is science, not prophecy. But for believers, it cannot be ignored. The prophet's words are clear. And when they see Arabia turning green, when they see rivers flowing in the desert, their hearts whisper, "This is a sign." On social media, you can see the arguments. Scientists posting data and charts. Believers posting hadith and verses from the Quran. Two worlds colliding, one that explains with logic and one that sees with faith. And yet, both sides agree on one thing: the world is changing faster than we expected. The earth is shifting, the climate is unstable, and what was once impossible is now reality. So the question remains, is this just weather, or is it the whisper of the end? Science gives us explanations, but faith gives us meaning. Which one will you choose to believe? Snow in Arabia, rivers in the desert. What once sounded impossible is now reality. For some, it is only weather. For others, it is prophecy unfolding. But whichever side you stand on, one truth remains: the world is changing, and nothing lasts forever. The prophet told us that the hour will come, and signs will appear before it. Maybe this is one of them, maybe not. But even if it is only science, it is still a reminder. A reminder that life is short, the earth is fragile, and the end is certain. So when you see snow falling in the desert, what do you feel? Do you only see climate change? Or do you hear the whispers of the end? One day, the world as we know it will vanish. The question is not when, because only Allah knows that. The real question is, are we ready?